Have you seen search results like this or this or this? Don't they look more attractive than this? These types of rich results are caused by something called schema markup, and in this video we are gonna learn all about schema markup and how to use them in your website and bring more traffic from the search. Howdy guys, this is Durvar from Digiworks TV. Here I share my internet marketing and entrepreneurial journey with you. So consider subscribing and stay tuned. So schema markup for SEO. Schema markup is a structured data vocabulary that defines entities and actions and relationships on the internet to help search engines to understand your content and better represent in the search results. So basically it's a bunch of code that you put into your website to define several entities for the search engines, and so that they understand the content better and get your results in feature snippets that I have shown previously. Schema.org is the official website for schema data, where all the schemas are documented, and you can find any schema you might need from here and then add it to your website. So let me show you one. So here is a local business schema. Let's say this is the information you have in your website, and here is how it will show up for the search engines. Now the question is, what are the benefits? Why should we care about putting this extra code in our website? The thing is, what I understand about SEO is all about creating really good content and letting the search engines understand your content better, so that when they understand your content better, they can rank the content better and send you more traffic. Similarly, when you implement schema data properly to your content ranks better because the search engines understand your content better, and you get rich results like this. And when your content ranks better and gets this kind of rich results, you receive more clicks and more traffic from the search engines. Types of schema data. So there are more than 800 types of schema data mentioned in the official website schema.org, but Google currently uses only 29 kind of schema data. Some of the commonly used schema data are article schema. So it defines what kind of article it is, such as whether it is a news article or it is a blog post or it is a how to post. Then there is event schema, then product schema, so there will be product reviews and details about the products. Recipes, so details about the recipes, like how long it takes to cook and ingredients needed to cook, those kind of schema. Then there is local business schema, so you can define your local business address and the type of business. Maybe you are a dentist, so you can define that you are a dentist. Reviews, so if you are writing a product review, you can use the review schema. And there are many medical condition schema, organization schema, people schema, and so on. In next step we are going to see how to use them. Adding schema data to your WordPress website. So before you add schema data to your website, you need to choose the perfect schema. Choosing perfect schema data is really important, because if you don't do, it doesn't help you. In fact, it can hurt you. So there are two ways to go about it. First, you can go to the official website and see the entire list of schemas here, and you can see which fits best for you. And the another way is to find what your competitors are doing or what Google is picking up. You can search some of your keywords in Google. So here I have searched one, and this is the company I used to work, and these are our competitors. So you can see the review and rating schema Google is picking up, right? Here is also, you can see here, this is a different. Also there are like FAQ schema. This website has some FAQs and they have used schema for that. So for this keyword, I want to see like what these guys are using. So this is one schema I can see, but they might be using some others. For that, what I'll do, I'll go to structured data testing tool and paste the URL that I have copied. So here is a web page schema, then there is organization. So this is not that much important, and this comes up with themes, but these three are really important for this keyword. Another one will be important, which will be local business schema, which is kind of organization, but you can put the address and all. There will be this FAQ, so some FAQ pages, some FAQs like do they refund if I don't like the codes, so those things you can put. So FAQ is important, and some Google may end up showing those like this. And most important one is this review schema, so even this may receive more clicks than this because it has this schema. So like that you can choose the perfect schema for your content. If you have like recipe content, you can search for that recipe and see what your competitors are using and what is showing up in Google. So next part will be to implement it. So there's I'm gonna talk only about WordPress websites because most of us gonna use only WordPress websites, but some of the method like this manual method we're gonna use in any website. It's like hand coded HTML website or Blogger, it will work. So I need to mention like the way you implement the schema will depend on the schema data you are choosing to put. So if you have like FAQ schema, so you might be using a different plugin which is better for that. First you need to choose the perfect schema for your thing, and then there are several ways you might wanna go. You can do with some plugin, and I'm gonna show some plugins, and also you can generate some schema code, or you can like copy from your competitor, or you can go to schema.org and see the examples and copy that code and edit those things, and then use this manual method which I'm going to explain in some time. Some of the schema comes with the themes only. For example, this web page schema, this breadcrumb schema, this sometimes come with the theme. So maybe you should choose a theme which has this kind of things. These schemas are not that important, but having those is good. Then there will be plugins. So there are several plugins for adding schema markups. So these are dedicated plugins for schema, and these two are SEO plugins which also can add schema markups. So I prefer using like this SEO plugin or multi-purpose plugin because most of the schemas I will not need, right? And many of the schema you add manually, but you can choose depending on your need. So first you need to choose like type of content you are writing, and then see which plugin has all the schemas available for you. So for example, I use a plugin called Ultimate Blocks. So this adds some extra features to your Gutenberg editor, so where you can create this type of blocks. So for example, you can create table of content, image sliders, content toggle. This one I use for FAQ, then testimonials. But this also provides two types of schema markup. So one is review schema. So if I am reviewing something, like let's say a hosting service I am reviewing, I can use this schema, and I can use this FAQ schema. So these two what I mostly use, so I don't need to add another schema dedicated. And if I have like some schema which I will be using in one or two articles, that I will use manually. Now let's talk about these generators. So generators are some online tools where you put the information you want to show, then it creates schema markup code for that. So let me show you one. Let's say I want to generate a schema for FAQ. So I'll search for FAQ. Here are the two which I use the most. For FAQ I use this one most because I used to follow this person on Twitter before Twitter suspended my account. This one is actually much better because you have like so many types of schema you can choose. Video schema is really nice, so I am gonna embed this video in my website, and for sure I am gonna add this video schema. So let's see video schema how it is. So here you need to add the name, description, upload date, minutes, seconds, video thumbnail, content URL, embed URL, logo, publisher's logo, and publisher, the name of the publisher. So once you fill all the information, let's say type something, you can see this information is coming up here. So once you fill that, it will generate all the code where this all information will be included. So this is what generators do. So let's see how you can add these codes to your website manually. So to do that, first you will have that code generated using a generator, or you can copy from your competitors, or even you can see from you can copy from schema.org examples and then edit it. And if you're using this one, don't use this minified because that doesn't work. You can go to this prettified and then copy the schema. So I want to add the code in this post, so I'll edit it. So I am using block editor here. So if you are using block editor, what you can do, you maybe just create a new one, or you can add it in existing one also. So maybe I'll create a new one. I've started typing, then this thing appears, then I'll go here and then edit as HTML, and I will delete this code. Okay, and I have generated a code here. It's a FAQ schema. Let's put some information, right? I haven't put anything, so I have put this information here. You can see this informations are in this code. Let's copy it and then paste it here. So this is HTML now. Let's update it. Let's copy the URL, test it if I can see the FAQ that I have created. I have. So I said some schema data comes up with the theme. So this all came from the theme. I'm using GeneratePress, and this all have came with the theme, but this one I have just created. You can see this information. You can. So first question was this, right? So this is the first question and this is the answer. You can see this answer. So my schema markup is working perfectly. Google is telling that. So that's how you add it, right? And let's say you want to add a schema markup to your entire website. So what you can do, there will be some plugins for header and footer code. So you can add some code in header and footer section of your entire website, or some sections of your website. So you can add a plugin like that. So one that I use is header and footer code. There you go to the body code or even the footer code, not in the header. It should be within the body or the footer. There you can paste the code. If you do that, it will be in all over the website. So these two ways you can do. So this is for entire website or some sections of the website, and for these posts and pages you can do like that. And for posts or pages, if you are using classic editor, let me show you how you can do it. So this is a classic editor. I have already pasted some code, so let me delete that. So this is a classic editor. Here you have two options. One is visual editor, and you can switch to text editor. Text editor shows you the code. So this is a HTML code for paragraph. So here you can paste it here. Let me update. So that is how you can implement it. So once you copy the code here, you should test that in structured data testing tool. So I have covered this also with implementing schema data. That's all about it. So it was really long and tedious video. I hope you understood a little bit about schema markup and you will be able to implement in your website. Final thing is, always you won't be able to succeed, like always you won't be able to achieve this kind of schema. So for example, I have tried a lot with this website, but it never showed this kind of schema, but it is showing some side links. So those are also useful, right? This is also a schema, but I couldn't show here this one for this particular website. I don't know why, but sometimes it doesn't work. You have to accept. But if you add the right schema markups for all the important pages and posts of your website, Google will understand your website better, and some of the pages and posts will receive this kind of rich results, right? So thanks. I hope you enjoyed or at least understood something about schema markup, and I hope you will implement in your website. Thanks for watching.